So when your character pushes back and she's mean and stuff, do you think that, well, women love the show and they love the character. Why do you think they love that character so much? What is it what is that about us that?
I would like to think it's because the work is good.
To be sure.
But I do think that there are some characters that say things and do things that, you know, as human beings, we would never do and we would never say, but we think it. And there are some characters that will say it sort of like an Archie Bunker back in the day. These characters that will just say what's on their minds and you go, oh my God, I don't know why I love him, but I love him. And he's hateful, the things that he's saying, but you know, you just, and I think that's a testament to him and how he played it. He did play, even though he was saying hateful things, he played the character with a great deal of humanity. And I think when people bring humanity to a character, even though they're a hateful character, you find a way to.
Well, I mean, women love you. They love you.
Well, you know, I'm most surprised. I'm not as surprised about the women, although I'm extraordinarily grateful, because you know she's styled to the nines, and you know and so those are things that we gravitate to as women. But I'm most surprised by the fan base from the gay community, because she's such a
anti-gay, right?
Yeah. And so I love it so much, and I'm so grateful because I'm so not that Angela. You know, Angela is so not that, and so that just means a lot to me. What it says to me is that Tyler has somehow written a character that that legitimizes some of the hate that they've experienced in their life. And so when they can see that, it says, that my aunt did that to me. Oh my God. Yeah. And so there's an identifiable character there that they can identify with on a level that I could never, I could never understand. But I'm so glad that they understand that it is a character and that it is not me, and they've embraced me so well, because you know, I've always just been very, very close with the gay community. Many of my friends, I'm in the theater, and so I'm just, you know, I'm a sister, you know, so I'm happy that I was able to play the character in a way that they see that it is a character.
So that's really interesting that they can see you, they can experience, they could have the same experience that they see you speak about. Right? And then, but they love you. So they can accept it in a different way. You understand?
Because basically you're saying somebody gets me.
Yeah.
Somebody, that is exactly what happened to me. And they're doing it. They're doing exactly what happened to me. So it's not really so much about the person who's doing it, because it's not a reality show. It's more about the art is capturing it.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, they captured my experience.
Okay.
And they're grateful that their experience is being captured.
And Tyler takes you so many places.
Yes.
I wonder how many people are inside of that head, you know, because he can.
Now that's who you need to be. I mean, the imagination of the man.
Yeah. What's been your hardest scene? The most difficult thing for you to play and get into?
I would say the times that I've had to just be downright evil toward my son. That's been hard, but what I always remember, because you know, my instinct is to go, oh, but then we can hug after that, right? I would always say to Miss Fair, we can hug, right? Or I can, And he'd say no, but then I always remember the stories that my friends would tell me about, their parents and coming out to their parents or their grandparents, and how, people just don't change their point of view that easily. Mm-hmm. And some take years to come around. So I always remember that. And so my goal or my hope is that I could be so truthful in the work that some person who is just like me, just like Veronica, would look at it and say, am I that bad? I don't want to be that way.
Oh, really?
That's my goal. That's my hope.
That's your goal.
Yeah.
But do people accept Veronica and say, girl, that was me, because I wanted to pop her in her head, such and such, and so the other day.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
It's a very, you hold people's hearts and minds in your hand all the time, and how they receive all this. It depends on,
exactly.
But
all you can do is be truthful. The rest is you could look at something and another person look at something, they see two different things.
How do you come out of the character when it's is it difficult?
No.
Because
I'm not the character.
Mm-hmm.
I am. I can show you, Scotty. Can you come in for a second? Yes. I can show you the easiest way of coming out of the character. I'm gonna show you the easiest way. Can you just come in? She'll be okay. Sure. Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
There he is. Oh my God.
Say hello.
Beautiful.
Say hello.
Hi, beautiful.
That's the easiest way to come out of the character.
I'm not kidding, girl. Look at that baby. Look at that hair. That's what's his name? It's Robbie?
Robbie, yes.
Yes, that's Robbie. Oh my God. Tell your husband I said hi too, because I'm gonna.
I will
go to him. Hi, Robbie.
Say hi.
Hi.
Say how are you?
Hi.
Look at you. A whole sentence. How old are you? How old are you?
He's 2.
You 2?
Yes.
You sure you're not 5?
He turned 2 this month. Last month.
Oh, well, wait a minute. He looks just like you guys.
God is good, right?
That is wonderful. Now, when did you decide? How long? You've been married for a while, right?
23 years.
So why did you just decide to adopt?
Well, that was a long journey. It wasn't a sort of just decide thing. We really been trying to have a family for many, many years. And okay, you going to Papa? Okay, Papa. And God just this was the plan.
But how did you all meet? Do you mind sharing a little bit? And what you saw in each other?
We met in Little Rock, Arkansas, working at a theater. And when I met her, I knew.
You knew?
I knew, sure.
Wait a minute, were you an actor or were you just working at the theater?
Yeah,
no,
he's an actor too.
I'm an actor and an acting teacher. So yes, I was working as an actor. Yeah, absolutely.
So go back to when you met her, you knew. Okay. Because my husband said same thing. I didn't even see him look at me. He thought, where have you been? But he didn't make any move towards me. I made all the moves, And then it was just like, this man loved me so much.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful.
That was my best friend. What do you all look for? What do you look for in a partner? Because I think we've lost the art of how to find a mate or what to look for. We can't go for the big booty or the big chest or how much money he has.
I went for all of that, and I'm joking.
So how did you know? What was it? Tell me.
I think first and foremost, you need to be friends.
Yeah.
I think you need to be friends. And I think you need to identify immediately, is this someone that I want to walk down the road of peace with? Is this someone who I want to share dreams with?
Mhm.
And is this someone who I think I can trust immediately?
But how did you know that? What were the signs that, or did you just know? You know, because sometimes
Sure.
but mentally, I knew this was the dude.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
I understand exactly what you're saying. First, I think it's really got to go a little further than the attraction. It has to be a friendship thing.
Mhm.
And I think it has to be an identification that this person has deep qualities. Attraction is grand, but it's really about the minute Angela and I started to connect, I could see, oh, look, she not only is pursuing her dreams, but she's also going to listen to mine.
Okay.
She'll listen to mine. And oh my goodness, I can identify with her dreams.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was a clear back and forth in terms of this person has come from a place where she's going to support me achieving my dreams, and I'm going to be able to very much help her achieve her dreams.
How long before you married? Or how long did you court?
3 years.
Really? Okay,
Yes,
great. That's wonderful.
Yes.
And what made you just finally decide, okay, this time now, let's get married? You know, a lot of people don't want to get married. Why is marriage important? Why is that important?
Well, I think both of us came from homes where marriage was very, very much important.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that we had already been shown that. But I think what happens a lot of times is people are in a hurry, and I don't know why. Our advice to our friends, and take your time. Take your time. Get to know the person. Get to know the person. Be friends. Listen to them. Listen to their dreams, and listen to watch how they interact with their friends and their family.
You know why I'm asking you all this? My husband and I had an incredible marriage, but I was taught what to look for.
Yes.
You know, I was taught what to look for in a person, in a partner. So, were you taught what to look for? Were you looking for your father image or anything?
I was taught that. I was taught that. I was taught what to look like, look for in a woman, and what those qualities were. And I just had to really a lot of what Angela is reminds me very much of my mother.
Okay.
He reminds me very much of it.
Oh, good. That's good. Thank you. Thank you for spending time with us. And I think it's so important to get, you know, why couples survive and why they thrive and why they stay together. Sometimes we don't have that passed on to us, what to look for in someone else, you know. So
I look at life differently just because for the first time in my life isn't about me. So, you know, the life of an artist is always just about me. I gotta get my next job. I gotta get my, you know, who's gonna see me? How they're gonna see me? What are they gonna say about me? And this phase of life is not about me. And so, you know, the things that they say about me or who sees me or who doesn't see me, it takes a back seat to what's really important. And that's me being the best mama that I can be to this amazing little boy.
Is there jealousy, a lot of jealousy in the, you know, the acting environment?
I would say, yeah, but I think no more than any other industry. I just think because our industry is definitely based on so many other things than talent. You know, sometimes it's based on, you know, looks and hair and who you know and how did they get to know them and is that her cousin that gave her a job, or, you know, it's based on so many other things that you really can't control. And that's why really, like in any industry, but especially in mine, you have to release it and trust that that what's for you will be yours.
Do you attend church? Are you spiritual or?
Definitely, yes.
How
Mhm.
important is that? I think we really need that. We need that in our society today.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that my faith is the only reason why I'm here. And I don't mean why I'm living. I mean why I'm doing what I do. I try to be purpose driven in everything that I do. And so it's really more about ministry. Um, so wherever I am, I try to be sure that's where I'm supposed to be in order to serve the community that I'm supposed to serve at the time, because I think we're called to communities. Um, and so, yeah, my faith is everything to me.
So do women come up to you? I'm assuming when you go to church, do they come up to you? Do they identify with you? How do you, or do they ask you questions about the character? You know, how do you?
I don't really talk about the character and all that at church. I mean, some people watch the show, some people don't. It rarely comes up. And when it does, it comes up in a way that, oh goodness, I'm thinking about you. I watched. It was great. Hoping the show goes on. Things like that. But not really. No. not a whole lot.
So the memorizing, you have a lot of lines. I don't. That's one thing that has always intrigued me. You know, let's not even talk about Shakespeare and stuff like that. I mean, volumes and volumes of dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
Or do you have to train yourself? How do you train yourself to remember?
You know what? It's a muscle, and like anything else, you definitely have to train that muscle. And if I will know if I haven't done it in a while, or if let's say I hadn't gone back to halves. If we took a longer break, it takes a minute to get that muscle working again. But once it's working,
okay,
you can give me 6 pages, 10 pages, and say you have to get that ready in the next couple of hours, and I'll know it.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my! It takes me like 3 weeks. Or so.
No, but if you work like at Tyler Perry pace, which is very fast, it definitely is great exercise for that brain, for the muscle.
Tell me about Tyler. What is it in his? You've had many directors, right, and through the years, and how is his directing different from others?
Tyler definitely lets us. He trusts us, and he allows us to create the character within the confines of what he has written, and his ideas for it. But he's really open to being collaborative, and that's great. And he's hard. He's a taskmaster. He's like, okay, we're gonna knock out 6 of these, and come on, So, you really do have to. You got to be ready to work if you're gonna work with Tyler. It's not a. You're not walking through the park. You're doing some serious work.
What about the kissing scenes? I always want to know about that. How does that work? How do you get prepared for that?
You just kiss. It's hard because it's like, no, you got a whole room full of people you don't know, and they're watching you, and you got to hold your head a certain way so the camera can see. It's nothing romantic about it.
Well, do you ever, you find people that when they work together, they have kissing scenes and then they actually fall in love? Have you ever seen that?
Yeah. A lot. But I don't think it's because of the kissing scene. I think it's because when you have a lot of scenes close to each other, you tend to do a lot of work off screen, preparing it. And so you spend more time together. So when you spend time with someone, you get to know them, and you connect.